David, it's good to talk to you.
How are you doing? You well?
Yeah, as always,
Good,
and not as well as you. I see the numbers are sparkling, and the share price of Mondi today up by 2.5%, started 4% higher on the JSE today. It's all coming together, David.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, I think these results do reflect a sustained period of delivering on a strategy which is seeking to position ourselves with higher growth and low costs. And the higher growth comes from packaging and emerging markets, and also the low costs come from the geographic locations to give you a structural advantage. And so despite a pretty sluggish economy out there, we really are delivering very nice numbers, and delighted with them.
When you read through the details of your outlook, you do warn that demand is softening in Europe, and that you've got problems with your maintenance, the maintenance mills that you'll have to, or rather you're going to your maintenance period and there's new capacity coming on stream. Are you warning us that this could be the high point of growth?
No, not at all. I think we're very confident about the way the business looks going forward. We're simply highlighting the maintenance issue, and that's normally spread more between Q2 and Q3, whereas this year it's predominantly in Q3. So there'll be a slight profit impact on Q2 versus Q3 on the back of that maintenance time in Q3. So we're just cautioning, highlighting that for people. On the packaging side, the contrary, we're very optimistic about where things are. The business is in good shape. We've had price momentum through over the last 12 months. We've got further price increases going through right now. Recycled containerboard, for example, we're in the process of finalizing. We announced €50 a tonne, and we're busy finalizing at around €40 a tonne, which is another 9% price increase. So that's looking good. The caution on uncoated fine paper, which is now less than a third of our business, is that there is a bit of new capacity in the marketplace, and demand being as it is at the moment, that could be bad for pricing, but we don't think it's going to be a significant issue. So it's just cautioning that there could be a pricing issue there. But overall, given that packaging is 70% of Mondi, the pricing momentum in packaging is positive. We continue to get growth. Our recent acquisitions in packaging, Ordinio, which is part of our consumer packaging business, that business like for like, adjusting for the acquisition, is up by 11%. So that's just very solid performance in a good, stable business sector. So we're very happy with that. So no, we're very confident about where Mondi is. We think the business is in great shape. We are positive looking forward. But people must just bear in mind the maintenance shuts this year are unusually mainly Q3 versus Q2.
All right, so this re-rating that we're seeing of the shares is well-founded. Just as a broader topic, we've had two world-class paper and packaging groups, if you agree that SAP is also world-class, that have come out of South Africa. What was it about this country that gave birth to yourselves at Mondi and SAPI?
I think in a nutshell, South Africa from a paper point of view and a packaging point of view, is a very small market. So we all, we might have started there, but we reached saturation in South Africa pretty early on. And either one stopped growing or you expanded internationally. And we went a certain route. We went much more the Eastern European packaging route. SAPI, on the other hand, went much more the sort of global coated fine paper route. We, strategically, we're very happy with the direction we've gone, for sure.
Uncoated versus coated, I guess. And the vertical integration, David, that is a business model that you've pursued. It's one that not too long ago people thought was the wrong way to run businesses, more specialization, but vertically integrated seems to be working.
Well, I think it's important in that you can secure your cost structure. Ultimately, a lot of our product is a commodity. And even if it goes into a very specialized end package, it's the raw material itself is fairly commoditized. So, how do you get profit advantage in commodity? You have to be very low cost. So backward integration, and if you look at our business, fiber is a third of your cost base. So if you can backward integrate into your fiber source and tie up low-cost fiber, very, very valuable. Make the pulp, turn it into paper, and then, of course, turn that into the end product itself. Now, it is from a management point of view, it's clearly demanding in that you've got a different set of skills running a big pulp mill versus a set of skills running a highly bespoke converting business with multiple color printing and very fancy applications and a lot of innovation to meet the customer requirements. So that is the challenge. But if you can get that right, and you can do that by decentralizing to some degree, then you can get it to work. And that's certainly the route we've gone down. We're delighted with it. We think it gives us a structurally very strong position because our cost base is secure, and we're not subject to raw material price changes all the time.
And the other big move, of course, was 6 years ago for Mondi as a group, and that was when you unbundled from Anglo American. Did it release energy that you didn't even know was there?
It certainly did. I mean, I think, Anglo was always a good parent to us. We were always happy with the way we were allowed to run. But being independent is great. You get much more focused. You become much more diligent about every element of the business. And it has released a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. And we've driven our own agenda very successfully. We've more than doubled the market capitalization of Mondi throughout that time, despite having, distributed 10% of our assets through a demerger in South Africa, or the one part of the business, and having paid pretty decent dividends along the way. So, I think it's certainly from a value point of view, has been a fantastic step.
That was Mondi Chief Executive David Hawthorne. Thanks for joining us, David.